Broadcasting live from somewhere in the great upper Midwest and beaming directly to you worldwide. This is Night Talks Radio.
Want more Night Talks? We have you covered. Check us out on Facebook and Twitter at Night Talks Radio for bold and truthful commentary, breaking news, show updates, program guest information, and so much more. And hey, thanks for listening.
Talk to me, light a match and watch it burn. Soon the table's gonna turn. You think you are the man, talking with your dirty hands. But come on, make it right. The things you took away in spite. Ooh, don't you know? Ooh, the truth is gonna show.
Streaming to you live from Spreaker.com and somewhere deep in the great upper Midwest. If you're ready for a ride, you can call NTR anytime by dialing the nationwide caller line at 1-507-384-9390. First-time callers can reach Night Talks Radio at 1-507-307-4424. Text Daniel and NTR exclusively at 1-218-689-7126. Now, from somewhere in the great upper Midwest, here's your hosts, Daniel Brewer and Jennifer Gregerson.
Nationwide and coast to coast, worldwide and online. This, of course, is Daniel Brewer. Alongside me, as always, the beautiful and talented Jennifer Gregerson. And this is another edition of Night Talks Radio. How are we doing out there in Radio Land? I can tell you that we are having a wonderful evening. First off, it's a Saturday night. Second, the weather is magnificent. I believe the temperature is about 82 degrees with a slight breeze and just a few small puffy clouds in the sky. And of course, the most exciting part is we finally have our voice guy, who shall now represent Night Talks Radio. His name is Kevin Robinson. And folks, he does a great job. You just heard the opening there, but he is quite talented. He has been in the business for a very long time. He knows what he's doing, let's put it that way. So yet again, Night Talks Radio has moved up another notch. We went from a tiny Chihuahua to a Cocker Spaniel to now perhaps a tiny Doberman Pinscher in terms of barking in the radio industry. We only have 14 shows under our belt, with the 14th being today. But by golly, 14 is more than 0. And if you go back and listen to episode 1, which was sometime late last year, to listening to the episodes now, Specifically tonight, you will see a world of difference. The knowledge that has been gained is immense. The new segments and features, guests, just a humongous cavalcade of new things on Saturday and Sunday nights here at Night Talks Radio. With that said, we want to keep up with changing the game. So tonight, for episode 14, we are going to have a special guest by the name of Jay Katow. The episode, Making the Human Body Better. Jay is a reflexologist. He studies reflexology. He has studied almost 5 different forms of reflexology around the globe, including in such countries as India, Thailand, Spain, the Americas. And throughout his studying and researching, 30 years of experience to be exact, he has come up with a new way to do reflexology. And that new form is called Ayurvedic. Jay was born in Tanzania. Of course, that's near the beautiful Mediterranean Sea. He now lives here in the States, in Illinois. And tonight, he is going to teach us the ways to relax those muscles, to learn different techniques on how to reduce stress and anxiety through reflexology, and more specifically, Ayurvedic reflexology. So just a bit off course tonight. We're not talking about ghosts. We're not talking about UFOs or UAPs. We're not talking about Russia and Ukraine or nuclear war or civil war. We're just talking about making the body healthy. How about that for a change? Because there hasn't been anything healthy since the beginning of 2020. So as I said, we're changing the game up. We will open the call lines tonight in our second hour. We'll give those numbers out once again if you didn't catch them in the beginning. And of course, we have a brand new NTR New Music Late Nights artist, a country pop sensation, folks, by the name of Jennifer Alvarado. If you haven't already heard of her, you most certainly will in the coming month. I can assure you of that. And she is on the program tonight with her hit single, Curious. And you could also hear her song in the very opening of tonight's monologue, which was called Filthy Water. But we'll have some good old music for you tonight. And who knows, we might even have her call in. And maybe some of you can ask, hey, how do I become a country pop star? Because I know I think that every morning when I wake up. Folks, we're going to have a great night. It is Saturday night here in the great Upper Midwest. We have Jay Katow, reflexologist, on the show tonight. And musical guest, Jennifer Alvarado. Don't miss this one, folks. We'll be right back.
Takara muteka na tauna ula taunda utenda tamuta
Hello and what's up, everybody? This is Daniel Brewer with you once again on a Saturday night here in the great upper Midwest. And we have a very special guest on the show tonight. He is a reflexologist, and he is going to teach us some ways to relieve stress and anxiety through a relaxation and massage. His name is Jay Cattell. And the episode is making the human body better. Jay, are you there?
I am very much here, sir.
Okay, there you are, Jay. We had some problems with the phone lines there. I don't know what was happening with that, but we do have you back. So, I do believe Jennifer has the first question of the night for you, good sir.
I do, Jay.
Okay.
First of all, good evening. How are you today?
I'm very well, thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself, like where you are from and what your qualifications are and what you are doing now?
Well, my name is Jay Cattell. I was born and raised in Tanzania, which is East Africa.
Okay.
And in 1971, I migrated to USA. I landed in Chicago.
Oh, wow.
Chicago.
So that makes you about 60, right?
The Windy City. I've been to Chicago many times.
Yes, it's one of the best of the best.
That's right, that's right.
So, I'm sorry, did you say you were 85 years old?
I will be 85 on 28th of June.
That's amazing. Wow.
So you will be 85 years of age, and you are still going strong with what you're doing.
Very much so, yes.
That is amazing. I will tell. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm Ayurvedic reflexologist practitioner. And a practitioner has to be in great shape. You cannot afford to be any sick or ill or any discomfort or challenges of the health.
Right.
Right.
So this is what is.
Absolutely, I can totally understand that. For how long exactly have you been doing this then?
I started in 1995.
1995 is when you began all of this, and how did it start? How did this reflexology and you studying this type? How did it come about?
Okay, it's a long story, but I'll make it as short as it.
Hey,
that's all right.
You know
We've
what?
got 2 hours here
We
today.
love long stories
Yes.
here at Night Talks Radio, Jay. So you go right ahead, sir.
Okay, when I was back home in Tanzania at the age of 13 and 14, my mother used to told me to walk on her back or neck, or back or legs, for her pain.
Uh-huh.
So I hear this many a times. This same thing happens for everybody.
Yeah.
And so I was walking on it, and she, put massage her legs and all that. Says, Jay, you have a lot of heat in your hands. I said, yeah, Mom. At 13 years old, I didn't realize that I had heat in my hands. Anyway, so that was it. And then I forgot about that one. And when I came to America, my sister-in-law had little issues, so I tried to massage her hands and feet and all that.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, I feel so good about it. Now, trust me, I didn't know what was going on. Anyway, so then I started studying it. and I thought maybe there must be something about it. So I read about it, reflexology, and so I looked and searched, and I found that there were great classes in India, in Mumbai.
Oh,
So
wow.
I called them and I said I want to come there and want to learn this. So me and my wife, Ramila, we went to Mumbai and stayed there for 4 months and studied the reflexology.
Okay, understood.
From there on, you did have more adventures with it, though, didn't you?
Yes, and then well, before I started this, I was an insurance adjuster, back home.
Okay.
Okay.
And so I used to, and I had my dealership there as well. So,
Oh.
to come to make it this way, see, there in Africa or Tanzania, I was working and repairing the automobiles, and today, after coming here, I'm repairing the human being.
Isn't that something?
There you go. We need more of you to repair a lot of us.
Now, Jay, you have studied 5 different types of reflexology. Is that correct?
Yes, Jennifer. The thing of it is, every country that says the American says mine is the best. Thailand says mine is the best. India says mine is the best. The Spain guy who taught us was the best. And all these countries, they say so. I said, let me go, and I could afford it. So I went each and every place and studied and learned and reflect. Basically, the reflexology is the same. It's a zone therapy. It's the same, but the technique, how they do and what it says. So I used that technique. So all the 5 I made my own and came into Ayurvedic therapy.
Okay.
Ayurveda is a science of life. It's a 4,000-year-old science of India. Now,
Wow.
the theme and the principle of the Ayurveda is that anytime that you have any kind of ailment, discomfort, challenges, issues, we don't say problems. And
Right.
we have that one. We will have to find the root cause of that one.
Yes.
Once you find the root cause of it, you find the remedy and you find the solution of that one. There is no word called disease in Ayurveda. It's called dis-ease. That is called disease. Disease, we made it disease. There's nothing, no disease. We do not, Ayurveda doesn't believe in allopathic or conventional medicine.
Right.
We do not cure. Ayurveda doesn't cure, but it heals. The patient has to heal once the person has been given, or the patient has been given some regimens. See, not anything that the patients or the people, something that do wrong, that's where you got all those challenges. Think about this one. When you're 10, 12 years old, 14, 13 years old, 10 years old, nothing happens to you. When you get 15, 16, that's when you start eating wrong food, wrong things that you do.
Yeah.
That's where...
That's absolutely correct. That's exactly when it started for me.
So this is what it is. And then I also decided that I want to be a physical therapist. So
Okay.
I became physical therapist aide. I learned that one. I got a diploma on that one.
Okay.
So I was doing Medicare patients with the home health agencies.
Okay.
So I go to their homes, or be in Southside Chicago, everywhere, their homes, and conduct the therapy, physical therapy. But the best part of it was that I was doing reflexology there too, which they were fascinated. People were so happy. None of these physical therapists here in America or anywhere, they don't do reflexology. They have no clue about reflexology. And reflexology is the one that really makes them feel comfortable. I suppose everyone knows what reflexology is all about. Do anyone know about it?
Reflexology, from what I understand, is got to do with like pressure points or whatever in your hands, your feet, and stuff like that. And it kind of is associated with like organs that are associated with like those parts
True.
in your body.
Yes, very true. In a layman's language, the reflexology, all the organs are connected through the meridians. They're called the meridians. In other words, every meridian, and again in layman's language, when we try the meridian, so what the hell is the meridian? So I say meridians is like a cable, like a wire.
Right.
Once you put a pressure on any of those foot, the sole of the foot, which are marked, and you shows some tender spot or says out, we know that there is some kind of a blockage or toxin in that one. So there's something is not right. So that's what is called the zone therapy, and that's what it tells you. The reflexology also, when you work on the adrenal glands, I call it, I make myself the wording and thinking, the adrenal glands are like a liquor store.
Okay.
In other words, when you percussate and you pressure, put a pressure or massage it, the hormones are being distributed or spurts into all the organs. That stimulates all. The hormones are always there in all the organs, but then you are giving an extra boost, just like a liquor, or you're giving a scotch or whiskey or something.
Right.
In form of a hormone. So when you finish that one, you feel so relaxed, so rejuvenated. You feel great at that time. So this is what reflexology does.
Now,
And
do you have to
yes.
keep coming back once you have the first treatment?
Yes, once we do that, Jennifer, what we do is once we know some of the issues, we come up with, some people do not. Today, to be honest with you, after hundreds and thousands of people that I've worked on, most of the now lately I'm finding it's not the issues of the health, the organs, or they are mentally ill.
Mentally ill. Okay.
Mentally ill because they say that I'm sick. There's no, the stress, everything stress leads to that one too. So once we give them some regimens, and many times they like it, they don't like it, but then we say in order to keep it, there are two regimens, the theme of the, first of all, when we do the reflexology, the content, do a one and a half hour of reflexology, the therapy.
Right.
15 minutes or 18 minutes or 20 minutes, we evaluate the lifestyle of the personal life of the person, which is all related, and relationship in the family, work, everything that is connected, because this is all connected in the stomach, as you know.
Right.
So,
a multitude of factors.
Exactly. So none of the doctors or chiropractors or cardiologists or massage therapists or physical, they do not want to ask about it. Why the hell are you asking? Even go to the point that we asked them about the libido as well.
Right.
See?
Right.
And if you don't want to share, no worries, because this is personal, but we need to know, because these are all the themes or the principles of Ayurveda. The other thing that Ayurveda says is 3 things if you keep in mind. First of all, when you do the therapy, the person has to have faith in that one.
Yes.
Number 2, have to be of patience.
Okay.
It's not a jiffy loop job. You have to do it. It takes longer time to get.
You have to be devoted or committed, is what you're saying.
Right.
Okay.
That's right. And the third one is the discipline, or because the food and the exercise and sleep and all those things. If you abide with this one, trust me, you will never feel sick at all. Never, because you can have a longer life. Longevity is longer and longer.
Wow. Yeah,
These are the things
that's truly amazing. I mean, you had touched on it earlier. You had mentioned that a lot of these things that people believe that are wrong with them is actually a mental issue. They're mentally convinced that they have a lot of these issues. Is that true?
very true, because anything God has given us, our body is so strong. If you abide with it, now for that one, we give them 3 regimens.
Okay.
First of all, when people don't like it, we say cut down the red meat completely.
Gotcha.
No red meat, and then warm water, no ice water.
Yes, that's what I heard. You know, for the longest time, I thought it was good to drink cold water in the morning when you get up, and I just recently found out that warm water is actually the key to that. So, you bringing that up, I just remember that point. Go ahead.
People, when they say, why not the cold water? I like cold water, it's hot, so hot. I said, think about this one. The food that you eat is cold in the stomach. Is being like stomach is like an oven.
Right.
There where the enzymes are working on it, and you try to pour ice cold water on that one. The enzymes are all diluted, so the function of the enzymes is not functional. That's where you get the constipation and all the gas, all the issues of the health, of the gut problems.
You know, that's very interesting. I may want to talk to you off air at one point. Because I do myself have a lot of gastrointestinal issues that my doctors simply cannot figure out, and it sounds like you might know a thing or two about that.
Very true. As I say, food. Mr. Brewer, right? Your name is Mr. Brewer?
That's correct. Yep, Daniel Brewer.
Daniel. Okay, Daniel. The food is the main cause of everything on that part. Anything that you eat, fast food, fried food, stale food. Food is the main cause of everything. If the food is the right, if your stomach is clean, you have clean bowel movements, you will never, ever sick at all. Think about it. Every time you get a great bowel movement, you feel like $1 million man.
Yeah, that's hilarious, because I just mentioned that to her. I said every time I'm able to, have a movement, I feel 1,000 times better. I feel like I can conquer the world.
Very true. Very true. Now, on the same note, if you ate the wrong food and overeating on that one, you probably have to do 3 times or 4 times. People say, I go for 3 times or 4 times. No, that is wrong. That is wrong, because you didn't eat the right thing and you didn't do right. Twice is the most time that's acceptable. Some people go once and twice, and so if they do it twice, that's good enough.
Wow.
Warm water is the best of the best, because that cleans, and fiber.
Fiber. Okay. I also have an issue with having what they're telling me is chronic low magnesium. I don't know if you've ever heard of that before.
Right.
And that can cause many problems for me. If I sweat on a hot day, I could be in danger of cramping up so bad, for instance, that I'd have to be rushed to the hospital by EMS. So, yeah, I have quite a few things wrong. You wouldn't know by looking at me, but, it is facts.
Again, Daniel, as I say, if you eat right food, you will not issue that many. magnesium in the vegetables and fruits, and get all this that you can. You don't have to take pills for the magnesium in it. People they say we get things.
That's what I was going to ask. So it's a little off subject, but so you're saying you don't recommend taking vitamins every day?
I don't believe in it. I'm 85. I don't take nothing. Zero. Nothing at all. I take only one pill. This is for my macular degeneration because of my eyes. That's what I take. I have nothing else. I don't take nothing at all. I have a pacemaker. Because I was told that I am an AFib. So I was told to take a blood thinner. I was taking that. But believe it or not, Daniel, I have quit. My family doesn't like it. Nobody likes it.
Wow.
And I quit that. I said, screw it. I don't want it because every time I want to heal myself, I will take care of myself, exercise, right food at the right time, and right sleep. That will take care of that. So I don't know. This is my thinking, and this has worked for me. And I tell everybody the same thing.
So if you were my doctor, you would tell me to eliminate those vitamins because I honestly take I'm probably upwards of about 12 to 15 different types of vitamins per day or every other day. So
Daniel,
that's what Go ahead.
Give you my friend. All I say that all these vitamins. When you take any vitamins, do you feel good about it? Or you just, many times the placebo effect.
When I take the vitamins, it's almost turned into a thing where it's a regiment. I have to do it to start my day. I have to make sure that I take these vitamins. And then we go back to the whole mental aspect of it. Mentally, my brain is telling me if I don't take these multitude of vitamins that something could go wrong within my body.
Let me ask you this, and this is when you talk to me, do not share this with your doctor because the doctor says, "Who the hell told you?"
Right. Yeah. We'll keep this hush hush.
Yes, the doctors, in America, they don't believe in reflexology. They think this is voodoo, this is witchcraft. Because who the hell with my poking on your feet can tell you got your issues? I had went today to when Jennifer called, I was with the chiropractor. She's trying to get me some patients for that one.
Yes.
And I pressed on one lady, a person, and said, ouch. I said, let's talk about your eyes. She said, yeah, I have a glaucoma. I have this kind of issue. And then I pressed it on the other one, and I said, talk to me about your teeth. He says, yeah, I'm crunching the teeth, so I grind my teeth. So this all is there, but to prove it, they say clinical trial is not been proven on this one. That's why they don't accept it. But trust me, this one is phenomenal. It's only America they don't believe in this. Everywhere else, Europe, Middle East, or Africa, everywhere they believe in this. Africa don't believe in anyway. Africa don't believe in anything anyway. So that's no problem.
Right. Yeah. I've heard of that tendency when it comes to things like that. That America just simply takes a seat on proven things like this that we're speaking about right now. But the other thing that I wanted to add, and I'm sorry I forgot, is the fact that I also have diabetes. But again, you wouldn't tell. I have type 2. I do have it semi under control. My A1C is at 6.9, I do believe. I've had it for about 7 years, and I have neuropathy. I actually just lost a toe, unfortunately, because of it. But is there a way to reverse diabetes through this method?
No, diabetes is being told and said that diabetes cannot be fixed, cannot be eliminated or be cured.
I see.
But it can be controlled. Now, to give the controlling, there is a Ayurvedic way is to control it. Recommend the turmeric pills.
Turmeric.
Turmeric,
We
yeah.
were just talking about that as well. We were just talking about turmeric.
I'm supposed to send one to Jenny anyway.
Oh!
Yes, yes.
Well, there
Thank
you
you
go.
so much on that one.
I kid you not, a lot of my family members, including my father, they take turmeric just about every day. And they have
Now,
nothing but positive to say about it.
Turmeric powder is not effective. Turmeric powder is only 10, 15, 20 milligram or 100. So the spicy form, the powder, the
Okay.
yellow powder. It has to be in a pill form or capsule form.
Okay.
Because the strength of the turmeric is 700 milligram. The curcumin, the extract of the turmeric is been put into the capsule, which is more stronger now. That will definitely will help you to control. Okay. And that's why we as the Ayurvedic Therapy Resources, that's my company, we make this one here in America. We don't believe in, pardon my French, we don't believe in the shit from China or India or
Right. I definitely understand about the China part.
Yeah, because we don't know, and we feel that everything that's done is an FDA approved, because they will not take turmeric, any other things that has been proven and been
Yeah, I've noticed that. Yeah, the FDA just not approving so many things that could be beneficial for you, and I see it more and more each day. So, I believe Jennifer has a question for you. I'm sorry.
Yes, Jay,
Go ahead.
this pertains to diabetes. Now, we all know that diabetes is the 7th leading cause of death in America, right? And the
Right.
number one
Right.
cause from diabetes is
Well, that's-
kidney failure, okay? So, can you
Well-
tell us a little bit about how a person can naturally make insulin to help with diabetes?
Yes. This is a good question, Jennifer. You won't believe this one, but when I say this one, listen very carefully. I
Okay.
don't know whether when we first conversation I talked about 4 okras.
Okay.
Okra. Wow.
Okay. You know what? I eat that quite a bit, to be honest with you.
That eat a plan, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you will eat in a different way now.
Oh,
Okra,
Ah.
you take 4 okras, and I said cut the top part of the okra,
Okay.
the crown, and the tail part of it just a little bit, and then put a slit on it.
Okay.
Don't cut it, and soak it, keep it in the water, preferably copper jar if you can.
uh-huh.
Room temperature. Keep it overnight, and the room temperature water, or just the tap water or whatever.
Okay.
Okay.
In the morning, you squeeze that okra and the slime or the mucilage that comes out of the okra. Drink that water.
Oh,
Really? I have never heard that one.
wow.
Okay.
Now, you never this. I have done this myself for last 30 years. I've been doing. I don't have any. But when I learned this one, I've been doing it on a religious basis every day.
Wow. I am going to try
Yeah.
that. I kid you not.
This works as an insulin.
Huh.
Wow.
As a natural
After
insulin.
now, that's right. Okra has so much of nutritional value that
Okay.
people do not realize that one. They say, "Oh, it's slimy. I can do it." Now, the okra, after finishing your squeezing, those fresh okra, keep it in a plate, and when you are having your breakfast, put some little pinch of salt, just a little,
Okay.
and the pepper and a little bit of lime on it,
Okay.
and eat that raw okra along with your breakfast.
Okay. Yeah, I'm writing this down as you speak. You mentioned pepper. Is pepper good for you as well?
Pepper, yes, because of the turmeric pills that we make, and you put a little bit of pepper in that too, for a few milligrams of that one. It's also mixed with pepper and turmeric. You will see that for the digestion. It's more of the digestion.
Wow.
So is Ayurvedic reflexology, is it quite different from ordinary reflexology?
Oh, sweetie, no, that's what I'm telling you. That the thing of it is, Ayurveda, I have come up with the Ayurveda. When you say that they don't believe it. The Ayurveda, we are using the principle because before you do the therapy, you have to learn about the Ayurveda. What are the requirements on that one? What is needed to do? Because everything comes out. You see that all the issues on the foot of the foot, all the challenges comes from the gut, from your stress and your food and your and I even ask my patients the relationship with your family. So, well, I don't get along well. My sister is not get along with my mother, or I'm doing well. So there are these questions that we ask.
Yeah.
Some of these, we all ask, what makes you happy?
Right.
Really happy? Says yes. What makes you? So, well, when I'm with my friend or my family, or when I see somebody, or when I talk to somebody, or if I win something, or I said, that's your vitamin.
So are you saying that, let's say you have an argument with your family member or whatever, and it stresses you out really bad, and you come home and your legs start aching so bad at night, that could be because of that one argument that one day?
Absolutely, because the dopamine and the serotonin, the hormones have reacted, put it in a different way. So that makes it a different sound. When you are feeling happy, the serotonin hormones, they go up there, and you feel great. It's you heard about the dopamine and serotonin hormones. So read more on that one, and you'll see the difference on that one too.
Well, I never thought about it that way.
No, I haven't either. He's opening up my eyes to quite a bit of things.
Yeah.
So, real quick, can you break down some of the key points, on your feet and your hands that could help a lot of us with our health? Yes,
very true. First of all, the adrenal glands right in the middle, right? Adrenal glands, they are located right behind the stomach. So right in the middle, look at the chart, one of the charts that you have once you find.
Yeah.
The way the adrenal glands are located. If you don't have it, I can send it to you on my text message, and I send it to you.
Okay.
Yeah, that would be great, and then we could post it on our Facebook page for everyone else to see as well.
Before we do that, why the hell don't you come over here and I will work on you and make
I think we might just do that.
Hey.
Don't tempt us now.
Hey,
That's right.
give us a
It's only
ticket. We'll be on our way there. We're way up in northern Minnesota, We're only probably, 40 miles from Manitoba?
We're super close to Winnipeg, so... Yeah, you get us out there.
6 hours? Is it 6 hours?
Oh, further than 6 hours.
I can
let's
tell
just
you.
say Michigan itself is about a 13-hour drive.
Well, let me put it this way: in terms of mileage, my hometown, I guess you could say, is Detroit, but I lived about 45 miles outside of Detroit. But from where we're at now to get to Detroit, it is exactly 999 miles. So that is how far it is from where I'm at to Detroit. So
We did it in one day, and stuff, and we said to ourselves, I don't think we could ever do it again in another day because we were both so exhausted trying to switch off and on, with the driving and everything. 13, 14 hours straight, without hardly any stops or anything like that. It's just
I could tell you I can't do that again. That is something that I would not be able to do. But
that was like 5 years ago when we were young.
Jennifer.
Yes.
Let me cut you off here. I came from Africa to Chicago.
Okay.
From that time, 6,000, 7,000 miles. And I'm not bitching about it. I'm not
Did you come on an elephant?
Come on, jeez.
No,
an elephant.
yeah.
I think they have
No,
vehicles in Africa.
But,
at this point.
but don't they have elephants? Aren't they mainly important or well known for elephants and stuff like that in Africa?
Well, I'm sure they ride them.
Yeah, so maybe.
Yeah, my goodness, but
No,
that's why I asked if he came on an elephant.
For riding and all that is in the Middle East and not in
yeah, I think you're kind of confusing.
in China and Thailand and Taiwan and that part of it,
Let's see, I want.
Aw.
I know we're getting a bit off subject, but I wanted to ask you. Who's your favorite cricket team? Because I'm a huge cricket fan myself.
Don't stop with
And as soon as I
opened a new
heard,
box.
I said, man, you know what? Before that show is over, I have to ask him who he favors.
Uh-oh.
So this might be something we might have to talk about on the side as well.
I tell you now that you come over the cricket side, and I tell you the health side of it. Cricket, I take it, and all the moves of the players or everything. The game itself, I apply it into my health, my body as well, in my life.
Yes.
How cricket it has an impact on my life. But
Yep.
that's a long story, that's a different story. The other thing is, if my team wins the game, I get a headache.
You what?
Yes, why? Because what happens is my serotonin, hormones, they go so much on that one, too much of it, and I feel it's so good. Now, it doesn't last longer. For a few minutes, I get a headache. So, excess of serotonin or dopamine also has an effect on that front too.
Wow, I did not know
yeah.
that. That might be why I have my
dopamine-
migraines too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, without
Interesting.
question. Yeah.
So, do you use Ayurvedic medicine in your reflexology as well?
No,
There's
no
medicine?
No. Only medicine that we recommend. Now, I think I told you about this one.
Mm-hmm.
Turmeric and ashwagandha.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
And then there's a rub, right? You have?
The pills, ashwagandha. I don't have the ashwagandha. I don't sell the ashwagandha. We don't make it. They are available in Amazon or so. So if you take ashwagandha and turmeric on a regular basis, trust me, you will have all the issues are being taken care of.
Right, and then there's
And no
there's
meat,
there's a
no red meat.
No red meat. Gotcha.
wow. There's a rub that you
What-
make too called Mona. Is that correct?
We make them, yeah, that's what's going to come. I was asking, so I will send it to you on Monday.
Wow, I didn't realize that you guys were passing so much drugs through the mail.
Oh yeah, Jay and I, we're tight, man. We're tight.
Okay.
We're tight. Since
Thanks
I
a
can't
lot,
get
guys.
to him and he knows how messed up I am, he's going to help me through the mail.
Oh wow! Well, if he thinks you're messed up, wait till he talks to me. But we were speaking about diabetes there for a moment, and Jennifer had made mention that I'm going to have to double check on that. But
On the
she had
statistics.
made note of that. Kidney failure or CKD was one of the leading causes of death for people with diabetes. It is, if I'm, correct here, isn't the leading cause obesity?
Yes, obesity, and the irregularity of the health, not the exercise, not enough exercise, not enough of breathing, breathing, and, hello?
Yep, we're here.
Yep.
Oh, I thought I mixed that up. No. Yeah, breathing, enough of sleep, rest. These are the few things that you take care of it. Yeah. Now, the turmeric will definitely regulate or control your diabetes.
Wow. Sleep.
And I'll share with you what I'll share with you, and this is the truth, though.
Okay.
That Bishop, my son is into nutraceuticals. He supplies all these nutraceuticals to the ingredients to different part of the world. It's big time.
Okay.
And he's also a speaker, goes out internationally. And 3 years ago, he was in Hong Kong.
Wow.
Hong Kong.
He was a guest speaker, and he was talking about the turmeric. So he talked about turmeric, and after they finished the talk, a guy walks in behind. He says, "Rajiv, you talk about this one. Let me share with you." He says, "I'm from Malaysia, and I'm the doctor of pharmaceutical doctor.
Okay.
And I had a esophagus cancer. And I was told I've given, say, a few months or few years or whatever to die, you see.
Yeah.
But today, I'm a pharmacist, so he took turmeric pills. He could not swallow it because of the esophagus, the problems. So he took the powder of the pills and drank it regularly, I don't know how much, and he cured himself.
Wow.
Really?
He cured himself from the esophagus treatment. Now, this is not a made-up story, but this is a true story that is, And there was other guy came in and says, I did that one and it helped me. So, and I'll share you other one. My own sister-in-law. She was Down syndrome. She's like 65 years old.
Right.
But she acted like, 2 years old or 3 years old.
Understood.
She was taking fresh turmeric in India.
Okay.
And the doctors say that, she has a breast cancer. And she has been taking this one ever since then. A bowl full of green, the fresh turmeric as a pickle. Put some little salt on it and some lime on it, and then eat it with her food.
I don't know if there's any good way of eating that ash.
She lived so long. Of course, afterwards she died, but she lived long enough and cured herself. The doctor could not believe her.
Wow.
It helped her. It definitely helped her, is what you're saying, though.
So turmeric has been around for a long time.
Yes, but it's not being, it's not, because there are so many other pills that come in with the CBD and all this other stuff, and omegas and all those things are coming in.
Yeah, you're so correct.
You're coming back on your list of, I believe you have a pharmacy in your home now.
yeah, I suppose you could say.
Yep.
Now, do me a favor, and this is off the record. You don't have to record this.
Okay.
Off the record.
Skip some of the pills, or maybe your vitamins and that, and see how you feel. Not all of it, but now one at a time.
Okay.
Skip it for it. If you don't feel good about it, go back to it anyway.
Okay.
Okay, but I can promise you that this is old placebo effect that you have, that you feel about it. How old are you now?
Believe it or not, I'm 42.
Ooh, yeah, man.
Yeah. I was.
Half my age.
Yeah. 42, but I do have many issues, unfortunately.
He does take statin too.
I take a statin medication for blood pressure, which I have under control, and I take lisinopril as well, and I take CoQ10 as well.
Why don't you open a pharmacy of your own in that case?
Yeah, I could do that and just make some money on the side. And, because I'm telling you what, I'm pretty stocked up. You know what it was? I bought into the whole. I like to call it the scandemic myself, but. I really bought into it at first, and I'll tell you what, I had every vitamin that you could possibly find in your pharmacy. It was in my kitchen cabinet. So,
that is wrong. That is wrong, brother. Wrong. Okay, if you take right food and right, how is your insomnia?
You know what? I barely sleep. I am the definition of a night owl.
Yeah, we don't know what sleep is over here. Can you even spell it out to us?
Sleep
because
is
we
foreign.
don't know what it is.
Sir, I do not know what you speak of.
After having listened to this, how come you're still alive? I just can't believe that.
It's funny that you say that because my doctor has told me that several times as well. He says, "How are you still able to function?"
Yeah.
And I tell him, I do. I don't know how, but I do.
We are right now, I kid you not, Jay, we are running on 0 hours of sleep. Daniel and I have not gone to bed yet.
I mean, it's something it's been going on so long. Before I decided to go into radio, I worked for the railroad for nearly 10 years. And, that's where it originally started because you're constantly on call and you do not have a normal sleep pattern at all.
No.
So that's what originally started it for me. And then once I had to leave the railroad, it stuck with me. So, at any time, any given time, I could become tired. Or any given time, I could want to be awake and do things.
Yeah, so Thursday night was the last time we went to bed, folks.
That's pretty much on target. Yeah. It's normally just sitting, and relaxing. But there's rarely any thorough sleep, I would say.
Yeah.
Well, you have to figure it out yourself because overworked and underpaid kind of a thing for the sleep doesn't work. You have to figure out for that. You have to do deep breathing, very deep breathing, and that's the best thing. Breathing, you need extra oxygen on that. And how is your drinking caffeine, coffee and tea and all that beverage?
For me, I do quite well. About 2 or 3 years ago, I have the ability to stop things if I want to. I will myself to do it. I literally stopped drinking caffeine within a day or two. I stopped smoking cigarettes. I stopped
partaking in beverages.
Yes, there you go. Partaking in spirits, if you may, and essentially anything bad. I started eating extremely healthy. I drank water on a constant basis, and I saw radical changes. But yeah, I don't drink coffee. I don't do pop. I don't do caffeine. I don't do any of that. And now on Jennifer's hand, she would have to explain her side there. But I notice she's been doing that just a little bit more than she should be.
Hey, it's coffee. It's coffee. I have to have my coffee in order to function.
That's okay. We have to have coffee. It's needed. Coffee needs a caffeine. Well, 1 cup is good enough. I I never drank coffee for a long time now lately because, to stimulate me, I just take 1 cup in the morning and that's about it. I want to ask you this, how is your bowel movement?
Mine or Daniel's?
He's already asked about mine. He wants yours now.
He wants mine now. Mine are, I'm lucky I can go every 3 to 4 days.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, this guy probably thinks that we're joking around.
I don't talk to you anymore. You are terrible. I don't want to talk to you.
Yeah, he just wants to leave the show now. We've baffled him completely now. No, this is true. This is all true. This is not a joke.
See, I'm also anemic, so I take iron pills, and that doesn't help.
That is wrong. That is wrong. There's so much of iron, my dear. You don't need iron pills. Will mess up the whole thing, sweetie. Trust me. And Daniel, how is your bowel?
Well, with the thousands and thousands of people listening, it's every couple of days, depending on a certain medication that I take, it can be solid, but most of the time it is watery. Loose, I guess you could say.
But with him, when it's solid, I mean, it's cement solid.
This is about the craziest conversation we've had on this show
this
yet.
This is what he does, though. I'm
glad I'm speaking to you about it. So, but no, that I mean, if you want the real truth, there you go. My doctors are baffled about the situation. It's more for the past, I would say, 7 to 8 years. Going number 2. Most of the time, maybe I would say 65 to 70% of the time, is extremely loose and watery.
I would think that he has gluten problem is what I would say.
Well, I thought, I forgot what it's called. Not Similac. I don't know why I want to say that. The baby food shortage. Celiac's disease. But my doctor, Dr. Khan, said absolutely not. That's not the problem.
Yeah.
So
well, let me share you. Let me hold you here. First of all, both of you. First of all, you have to clean your intestines, your stomach. Now, for that, you have to take enema.
Okay.
Clean it completely clean it enema. The natural way, not the fancy way of taking pills and getting enema.
Right.
Shove it in your, where.
Oh yeah.
And the water, clean it completely clean it. So both of you.
Okay.
That's one thing. And then you are you obese or what's your weight now?
Are you talking to me?
Yes.
Yeah. Well, for me, I am my weight right now. I'm 6 foot 6'1" aroundabouts, and I weigh. At this point, I think I weigh 252.
Wow, that's obese.
Yeah, I think
Your BMI is high.
Yeah, my BMI, I believe, is 31 something. My doctor actually thought that I needed a gastric bypass.
Yeah.
And I know that I have a little bit of weight here, but my goodness, I'm not 600 pounds, but I've lost a good, I would say, 60 pounds in the past 2 years or so.
Yeah.
My numbers are improving greatly when it comes to just about everything, cholesterol, triglycerides and things like that.
Okay, I'm giving you a 1 month treatment for you, what you have to do it here, if I was you, Okay.
Okay.
First
Okay.
of all, clean your stomach completely, and you go on a strict diet basis. So, food-wise, no meat whatsoever.
No meat. Okay.
No, no red meat. Now, even if you can avoid chicken, fine. But chicken, no Americans can avoid chicken or fish. They have to have it.
Right, yeah.
So that's one. And go on green, leafy vegetables
Okay.
if you can.
Okay.
And-
I love spinach. I
Also-
eat spinach quite a bit.
Yes, spinach, salad.
Okay.
The broccoli,
Broccoli,
avocado.
avocado. Okay.
Just think that you are eating, and you make you feel so much on that one too. Just basically, you have to clean your system on that one, and also cut down this gradually one pill of any pill that you have 10 or 12. You say pills you have.
I'm not joking. As far as vitamins go, it's in the neighborhood of about 12 to maybe 14 or 15. Vitamin A, vitamin E, vitamin D3, vitamin C.
No.
Boy, here we go. Yeah, I've been told this. I've been told this several times. But again, my mind tells me that you better take these, or something's going to happen.
Nothing. What is this? You try it. If you feel that that phobia, that the fear is another one that messes up the whole life.
Yeah,
The fear is the one thing on that one. You don't have any. You don't have that kind of a health. You don't need that many pills anyway. Try to cut down. See if you can cut. What if you're taking all the pills on the same day, one day?
Some on one day, others the next. Not all at once, but I do take them all a matter of 2 days.
So why don't you live on the pills then? Forget about the food then. Live on the pills.
Just eliminate the. I'm gonna do what you say.
Yeah.
I'm gonna slowly start eliminating some of these vitamins.
One day, don't eat any of those pills. And if you feel, the minute you feel that, because your mind, if you feel that no, then go back to that one. But give me a break. Give me a chance not to take any pills at all. These vitamins and all that, fine. But, you are a strong, healthy man. 6'1", a handsome young man,
Yeah.
a sexy man. You don't need
Thank
that.
you. Thank you. Did you hear that?
You're
Okay.
a sexy young man.
I just wanted to make sure.
Yes, I
All
heard
right.
that.
Go ahead. Actually, Jay, I'm so sorry. We've gone over a break here for a moment. So if you don't mind waiting for just about 5 minutes or so, and we can get back to our conversation. Is that okay?
Sure.
Okay, I appreciate that big time. All right, everybody, we will be right back here on Night Talks Radio. We are talking with Jay Cattell, and he is talking about how to make your body better, and I guess apparently how to avoid those crazy vitamins as well. We'll find out more coming up in the second hour, of course. But coming up next is the essentially second episode of NTR New Music Late Nights, Saturday night. So here we go. We'll be right back on Night Talks Radio.
Hey y'all, this is country pop artist Jennifer Alvarado, and here's my latest song, Curious, on NTR New Music Late Nights, heard right here
only on Night Talks Radio with Daniel Brewer and Jennifer Gregerson.
can see you looking at me from across the room. With every single glance I get a little more confused. You shouldn't want me, I shouldn't want you. All of our reasons, we follow the rules, but all I keep dreaming about is me with you. Are you curious where this is going? Curious, I think you should know that when it comes to me and you, I don't know what to do, but I'm curious about you. Yeah, I know that we both agree that we should just be friends, but when our late night conversations get deep, I can't pretend. 'Cause I know you want me, you know I want you. Forget the boundaries, let's break our own rules. All I keep thinking about is me with you. Are you curious where this is going? Curious, think you should know that when it comes to me and you, I don't know what to do, but I'm curious about you. About you. One touch and I won't know what to do. One kiss will quick I need to do. And if our guards all came down and we don't try to stop this now, do you ever wonder what could happen to? Are you curious? Are you curious? Are you curious where this is going? Curious, think you should know that when it comes to me and you, I don't know what to do, but I'm curious about you. Got me thinking about got me thinking about you. Got me thinking about you. About you. Got me thinking about got me thinking about you. Got me thinking about me and you.
You just heard the new hit single, Curious, from the upcoming July album, Songbird, Part 1, by country pop sensation Jennifer Alvarado. Want to hear more from Jennifer? Check out her website at www.jenniferalvarado.com. Or you can head to Spotify.com and simply search Jennifer Alvarado. Still want more? No problem. NTR's got you covered. Find Jennifer on Instagram and TikTok at Jennifer Alvarado Music. You can also find Jennifer on www.facebook.com/GemMusic12. That's JEM Music 12. YouTube is in the mix at youtube.com/GemMusic12. Again, that's JEM Music 12. And yes, we see you back there, Reverb Nation. You can find Jen too at www.reverbnation.com/Jennifer Alvarado. And somehow it just wouldn't feel right if Twitter wasn't involved. You can find Jen on Twitter at GuitarDiva12. And last, but certainly not least, Jen is on SoundCloud at soundcloud.com/Gem1984. That's JEM 1984. Now, after giving you countless websites, to keep you fully in the know about everything Jennifer Alvarado. For at least the next 5 years or so, I would say our job is done here. But I have a strange feeling that we'll be hearing a lot more from Jennifer in the coming weeks here at NTR. Hour 2 with Jay Kitao is coming up, so stay right where you are.
Want to reach Night Talks Radio? That's easy. Simply dial 1-507-384-9390. Or, for first-time callers, just dial 1-507-307-4424. From somewhere in the great upper Midwest, here's Daniel Brewer and Jennifer Gregerson.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Night Talks Radio. We are in Hour 2, and you just heard a new edition of Night Talks Radio New Music, Late Nights, Saturday Night Edition. That song was Curious by Jennifer Alvarado. So look for her new album coming out actually this July. It will be part 1 of 2 called Songbird. And now we have Jay still on the line with us, and we are going to continue our amazing conversation. It's as if we were in a doctor's office right now as we speak. Jennifer?
Yes. So, Jay, since you started doing reflexology, how many patients have you seen total? And on an average, how many do you think you see in a day?
That's a good question. The number I haven't counted, it must be over 1,000 people anyway, because I've been doing these shows. We go to the shows and we do reflexology there. And then we have a patient, clients coming in anywhere we go. Any of the body, mind, and spirit shows, or any of the, we do. Like last week, I did 25 in a day.
Wow! Wow!
That was past one of the sampling type. It's not a full therapy. Just to give them an idea of what reflexology is about.
Right.
But they keep on coming. So, I've done this since 1995, 6, 97. The number I haven't counted, to be honest with you. So many of them.
Yeah.
So at the most, if it comes to me, I will not take more than 3 because of my age and because I give them enough time on that one. If I haven't, but mostly 3, it will be the maximum I can take.
Right.
In a full basis, anyway.
Understandable.
But I thought I heard you you say you can do cartwheels and everything like that, right? With your age?
No, that's on the side.
Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right.
He doesn't do that in front of people.
No. The other thing is people, like, you have to do brisk walking.
Okay.
It's equally important for the diabetes. You need that one.
I do that now that summer has attempted to show its head. Well, spring. We're still in spring, obviously, but summer-like weather anyhow has began to pop up here in northern Minnesota, and we do enjoy walking. So we've been out for the past several weeks going on walks with our 4-year-old daughter. So that is benefiting me as well.
Yeah, but one thing I do realize, though, is I have restless leg really bad. And I do realize since I have been doing these walks, on a day-to-day basis. A lot of my restless leg has been actually getting worse, and then before it was just at night. Now it's during the day too.
So, are you saying that by walking you are getting is it cramps or does it hurt you, or what happens?
Well, it just seems like I just get so irritable, like I want to just jump out of my skin and everything like that, probably towards the middle of the day after coming back from a walk.
The way she describes it is how I would describe my diabetic neuropathy in my feet. That's how she describes it to me. In my head, I would think it's pre-diabetes or diabetes, but apparently it's not.
No, because I've done nerve conductive studies and everything, and my nerves are fine, so it's restless leg.
What about your shoes?
I have insoles in my shoes. I have insteps in them because I have such a high arch that I can't step straight down. So I do have those.
Okay. I mean, we'll send you photographic evidence as well of all these things that we have, just so you know. Because I mean, it's wild. It's wild over here.
It
you
is.
know.
It is.
It's just.
But it's exhausting. It's exhausting not knowing answers, not feeling good, waking up every day where you're constantly drained, feel like you have anxiety left and right. You know, it feels like, you know, I just don't feel good today again. You know, what's wrong with me again today, you know?
Well, you know, when I do, you know, I do quite a bit of research, obviously, you know, in the industry that I'm in and things like that. You know, and I've researched now over the past couple of years that depression and anxiety have become a real issue for obvious reasons. And that this depression and anxiety and stress is a major contributor to people thinking that they have a multitude of problems with themselves, when in actuality they don't have anything. What it is a simple, you know, high intensity anxiety.
You hit right on the nail, Daniel. You said it right, because that's one thing, and then especially with the pandemic has really screwed us up in every which way, to be honest with you. It wasn't that way at all. Now, you know, the no work, no, you know, staying home,
yeah,
and all that stuff. Once we're not used to that one, and say 360 degrees of change in your life altogether, you know.
Oh yeah.
180 degrees.
Well, you know, right away it baffled me, and I knew something was up when they told you to stay in your house, you know, in order for things to get better, and not to go outside where you would imagine, so you could get fresh air, get sun on your skin, especially when the summertime would roll around. Just these very strange precautions and things, and wearing masks and all that. All this, I feel, was designed to hurt your immune system, not help it by any means. You know, I don't know if you are, you know, a proponent for the I call it a shot. I don't call it a vaccine, because there's really nothing that has to do with the shot that has to do with a vaccine, to be honest with you. But you know, taking that many vaccines or booster shots in that short period of time is actually damaging your immune system quite badly, to the point where, you know, there's some people that might step outside for the first time after being so scared to stay in their house that they catch a cough and they end up dying the next day.
Yeah, there's all kind of stories we hear about it. I personally don't believe it. I had no intention, but my family members, my kids, and them said, you have to take this shot. And let me share with you, and they sound funny. And
no, go ahead.
When I went to this one, they did it. They put the first shot, and I didn't feel even a pinch of that one. Didn't feel anything at all. My arms were not there. So no reaction or no side effects whatsoever. Whereas my wife, her arm was, kind of sore and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
If we hear about they get a sick fever and they get all kinds of stuff, and it all depends on the chemistry of the body, of course. You know that.
Yeah.
So when I went for the second one, so I told them, and me, sometimes I become naughty, and I said to this lady, I said, you sure that you did buy the vaccine that was not a watery or the expired one? Because I didn't feel nothing.
Wow.
So she said, well, if you have any problem, give us a call. I said, can I have your number?
Yeah.
I said, why you want my... I said, I don't want your number. I want the hospital number. Because I know I didn't have... And to be honest with you, and I'm still confused and lost completely, baffled. But one time when I was traveling, he said, you have a positive. I said, I don't have... I know I don't have any symptoms. I went to the next other clinic. It said, now negative. I said, wait a minute. Yesterday I was positive and today I was negative.
Yeah.
So I can't believe it.
See, the thing is, with the tests, number one, they spoke about this, we're going on a year and a half where this started to be talked about quite a bit, was about these tests. How they were saying, please, for the love of God, stop making people take tests to see if they're positive or negative with this, naturally occurring coronavirus, which it's the same as the flu or cold virus. It is out there naturally. Yeah. Obviously, it can be messed with, manufactured, or whatever have you, but. But in your normal lifespan, say a child could get coronavirus and you would never even know they had it. For most adults, they get coronavirus and they might have a slight cough, and that's about it. It goes away in a day or two. The coronavirus comes and goes. So when you take these tests so many times that they want you to, of course, at one point you're going to test positive for the coronavirus. And if you keep going back to take tests every couple of months or so, you're going to continue to test positive every once in a while for coronavirus, and it will just keep going on and on and on.
Yeah, Daniel, this is the joke.
Of course, that's just my opinion.
It's for my own mind, it's my, mystery to me, really, it's really, and then the fourth one came up and said, screw it, I'm not going to get anything now anymore. Because I believe that anytime you put any injection or anything in your body, there's a foreign thing that you're putting in your body. You're messing up. You're messing up anyway. So try to. It's a subject that sometimes it comes into arguments and sometimes become very ugly.
Oh yeah.
So you can do that. I mean, you're crazy, you're stupid, you can do this.
Right, so, I don't judge people, I like, here on Night Talks, especially, we want the people to decide, we ask the questions, guests like you give the answers or what you think may be the answer or your opinions. And we want the audience to make their mind up. And of course, what I said was my own opinion myself. But yeah, you're right. These type of conversations about coronavirus and the vaccine, it's almost like politics at the dinner table now.
Right.
It's the same thing. I mean, it's literally dividing families. So yeah, it's I just pray that this begins to simmer down, which it does seem like it's doing so, and so we don't have to worry about that. The next issue would be well, what do we have to worry about next? It would be my main problem. But
you correctly said it's like a politics. You're talking about Republicans and Democrats. So exactly the same thing that's happened on that.
Right.
Take it.
Yeah, exactly. Speaking of, we were talking about reflexology at one point during this show, and I know you said that Western, I don't know, Western doctors or United States doctors don't necessarily believe in that. So that is not covered by medical insurance, then.
No.
Not at all.
I in fact I go down to these people. I say I want to challenge them that I can do a better job than physical therapists or chiropractors and all that, because I can do that, but it's not clinically proved. And see, it's again, once they don't believe in it, they don't believe in it too. So once they know, it's no. So I said, okay, that's why if they take it, I can be working my ass off all day long, because people lining for that one, because I don't take any insurance, so they have to pay from their own pocket. So
I see. Yeah.
Doesn't work.
Before,
so it's treated basically as
like it's a therapy.
Basically, yeah.
It's not. It's not like you're going to
luxury kind of way.
This may sound not right, but to be honest with you, the African Americans, the blacks, and the Hispanics, and the Europeans, from the Europe, Polish people or Lithuanians and all, they believe in this therapy whatsoever, because they feel that they get, as I say, the faith has to be a faith in this one, because this is not just a massage. It's not a massage.
Okay.
If you're finding out the root cause of your challenges, your issues. So that's the main thing. And then you find the solution on that one. The solution is very simple. Just the gut, the stress. Now, if you have a stress, it's entirely up to you how you handle it. Your stress can be as small as a grain of rice, and it could be as big as a football. That. I mean,
right.
Stress, how you control it once you forget about it. So we give them all different ideas as to once you get stressed, when grief is another one.
Oh, yes.
The trauma, the grief. Every time, and I don't know whether this is said, most of the women here that I work, most of the women are 50 plus and up to 70, 75, 80.
Yeah.
They had a trauma in the earlier in their childhood, being abused, being sexually done that, all the rape.
Yes.
So
yes.
That has kept them in still in the back of their mind. It doesn't get off that one too. It's implanted sort of kind. It's like a cancer. Let's say, if I may say.
Right.
In one
right.
form. But again, there's always a cure. There's always a cure. And it's entirely up to you how you handle it. Just use the common sense of that. As to, okay, it's done, so now what? Let's move forward.
Right, yes. I fully agree. Yeah, you got to move forward at one point. And real quick here, if anybody out there would or has any questions, I'm sorry for Jay, they can call the nationwide call-in line at 1-507-384-9390 or the first-time caller line at 1-507-307-4424. He has about 20 minutes to go if you have any questions for him, and I can assure you that it seems that he can answer them very well. Jennifer, I notice you're looking at me. That means you have a question to ask.
I do. Jay, have you ever considered writing a book on Ayurvedic reflexology and what you have learned?
Jenny. I've been told about this, and see, I don't want to say I am not a scholar. I'm a high school dropout kid. Okay, see, to write something, my kids and everybody's after me. And I have what I call the thought of the day every day. Every day I write down something or the other, and I put in a script. If I put together that one, it will definitely be in form of, not in Ayurvedic way, but what we call little no nonsense knowledge, vision.
Yeah.
That's what I call it. So anything that it can be analytical about everything.
Right.
Every word of English or dictionary word can be analytical.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I agree.
Well, it was just an idea, and stuff like that. Even if you don't want, even if you can't write it, have one of your kids write it.
Who knows? Maybe.
But the thing of today, I don't know how many people are reading the books, and now with the computer and with all these things coming up on Google and all that.
You know what?
I don't know if they will be reading the books at all. I know.
I'm going to have to agree with you.
Yeah,
I think
you can get them right now too.
I myself, I have a huge book collection.
Yeah, we have a mini library.
And you can imagine, probably just from speaking to me, what the topics probably are and who the authors may be. But I am very big on reading, and I also teach my daughter quite often on how to read, and so does Jennifer. But anyhow, you are correct. People no longer do their own research and look things up for themselves like we used to do in the 80s and early 90s, and then along came the internet, and just like you said, Google and places like that, and Facebook and whatnot, and telling you what to believe, and that's that, and nobody thinks for themselves anymore.
But
nobody
so
knows
sad.
what a book is anymore. No. It is quite amazing.
But if you want to take it that way and you want to go a little bit further into it, nobody knows who they are anymore neither.
No, people don't even know their own identities anymore.
No, it's sad. It's so sad.
Yeah, that's why it is. I have to admit, it's very refreshing talking to you. It's a different point of view, a different way. It's refreshing, and by God, refreshing is something that we need.
Yep, exactly.
Okay, regardless of what it may be or what it is.
Yep.
But Jay, I can't tell you how much I appreciate that part.
Well, you're welcome. Jay, just over my thought of the day comes in yesterday, says where the question comes in, low key and low profile.
Yes.
Yep.
Yes, low key and low profile. That's That's what I attempt to do. You know.
Yeah.
I attempt to see. You know, I have a tendency to. I like to listen a lot as well. You can learn such an incredible amount from just listening to somebody talk, and they really have no clue that you're gathering so much useful information on them that could be used in the future and things like that. But yeah, it's just amazing, the world that we're living in. Jennifer, do you have another question there for him?
Well, I guess, can you tell everyone tonight how they can get a hold of you if they have any questions?
Oh, yes.
Or if they want to look further into your services?
Well, the best is internationally. If they are on WhatsApp, you know, if they sign up with WhatsApp, because internationally or anywhere, the phones are free. I'm on WhatsApp as well.
Okay.
So they can call anytime. Now, depending on the timing, I don't know if it is overseas, the time difference is there, but I'm available. And many times, because what happens is I get so many spam calls, you know, they come in and the phone call comes with
the spam calls.
So,
gotta love them.
Yeah, so unknown. Now I used to delete. I don't just hang up on it, but now my wife says that unknown, maybe one of our clients or patients might be calling us for something or the other, so don't ignore. But more and more it calls the telemarketing. One of the worst things that I get a call every now and then says, for your burial, you know, when would you be having insurance for the burial? So I said, okay, I don't mind burying it, but I want to find what legs are you going to be in Hinsdale, or will be in Oak Brook, or will be in Downers Grove, or where will you go?
Yeah, right.
Which is cheap. But I don't want to spend that.
You know,
go ahead.
My stepdad, what he used to do to them is whenever they would call, he did two things. One conversation was when they would call and they'd want to sell him something or whatever. He goes, no, I don't want to be sold something. Someone just broke into my house, you know. And they'd be like, oh my God, we'll let you go, you know, and then they hang up. And then the next time they call and stuff like that, and he's like, well, we want to buy you this and stuff, this, you know, this and that and everything like that. And he goes, no. He says, I got oodles of it already. And they're like, well, what's an oodle? He goes, you don't know what an oodle is? Oodles is oodles of this and oodles of that and oodles of this, you know? And they're like, what is an oodle? So he just he would mess with their minds. Yes, it was so funny.
Let's see, I've come up with a solution, the best solution. I asked them, which is, first of all, are you positive? What are we saying? Are you talking positive? He says, yes, positive, then I don't need to talk to you because you have coronavirus.
There you go.
That's a good one.
There you go. Well, you know what? Well, here, I was going to add real quick to what Jennifer was saying. Around here, they've gotten quite clever. They now call... because they can duplicate these phone numbers that are unused in your region or area. So now, for instance, our area code here is 218 for our region. And so you'll get about... I kid you not, about 30 phone calls from 218 numbers.
Yep.
And, you know, of course, it verifies the number because it's a legitimate phone number. So I'm sitting here thinking, oh my gosh, you know, somebody in this area needs to get a hold of me badly, you know, whoever it might be. And it turns out every single time they forget to hang up the phone. So it goes to voicemail, and I wonder why my voicemail ends up being full to the brim, and I can't accept any more voicemails because they leave the phone on, and all you can hear is them talking in the background in the spam phone call office for about 10 minutes at a time. So it's pretty unbelievable the way that they come up with these new scams. As soon as you figure one out, they have another one in play. So I know that doesn't have anything to do with medicine, but I just had to get that out there.
So Jay, we have come to our last question, unless we have any...
last question.
Do we have any messages?
Any callers that would like to have a question and answer session with Jay, go ahead and call in. We got a few more minutes here. And I think here we got the nationwide call-in number, of course, you can use at 507-384-9390, or the first-time caller line at 507-307-4424. Okay, what is that magical last question, Jennifer?
So, Jay, what would you say your success rate is? And when do you think that people start seeing the results?
Success in what respect now? Success
as in completing the technique, the therapy.
The technique. Well, it's something that he said that it's ongoing.
As if they go to you and you are able to find the underlying problem. What is the success rate? Would you say it's
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
10 and 10.
Okay, what she's trying to say is, do they eventually solve the core problem through this process?
And how long does it take before they see the results?
Oh, about the therapy?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, the first time when we give them, we do the evaluation and we do the therapy and find out if there's any challenges or issues or discomforts or ailments.
Right.
We give them that one. And the next one, they come in the second time, and we say that after, you cannot do it the next, because they feel so good about it. Says, can I come tomorrow? I said, no, you can't come tomorrow. It needs to be settled down for a week or 10 days or 2 weeks.
Right.
So after 2 weeks, come one more time. And then if you have abided with our regimens, then you will know. If not, we'll know that the person just many times when you say that, all because you don't do this, we sound like a pastor. Pastor would say, thou shalt not lie, thou shalt not cheat, thou shalt not steal.
Yeah.
So we say that one. So if you don't abide with it, then obviously you come. And the third time, many times I've worked my patients, they say after 1 year or 2 years, they say, you worked on me for 2 years and now. I said, where the hell have you been? She said, I didn't, I felt good about it, so I didn't want to come. So the therapy has really worked on it. But again, as I said, if you abide with it, like very simply I said, the pain, like, fibromyalgia pain, like Jennifer said. Many times there's no fibromyalgia, it's just the figure, the doctor says the favor. Fibromyalgia doesn't come in that easily unless you have strained yourself or you run extremely out of the wet. That we always, for any kind of a pain, very simple and a very Ayurvedic way, hot and cold therapy.
Yep. Now, I was going to ask you on that hot and cold therapy. Do you use straight ice or can you use cold water?
Water will be more better because the aqua is more, because ice is okay. Ice, you can do it when you are in the bed. But when you are taking a shower, take a shower wherever your pain is, knee pain or back pain or neck pain or shoulder pain or whatever. Put your shoulder on that shower, or the hot shower, for 20 seconds. A little bit hotter than the normal, not to burn yourself.
Okay.
Okay? 20 seconds. or for about 20 seconds, and then turn it to ice cold.
Oh, water only. Okay.
Ice cold, when they will scream, they will yell, they will swear at you, and whatever we were suggested.
Yeah, yeah.
So you say SOB, MF, you have doing that to me, and all the kind of things they will say.
Yeah. You know,
Then go back.
But it'll feel much
Hot
better
and
later
cold.
on.
yeah, that's it'll feel better later on after the
So
cussing.
what essentially is it doing? Can you tell the audience what it's doing?
Oh yeah, very simple. It's no rocket science. You know, your blood vessels are either clogged up or swollen.
Oh.
So if they're clogged up, so you put a heart, so it opens up, and then you put swelling, opening and closing of those blood vessels, and the blood flows on a regular basis, and the pain is gone. Pain is particular ailment in nerve. That's what the pain is about.
Okay. So can you,
go ahead.
per se, do that on your head, for instance, too? Like, let's say you're having like a very sharp pain in the back of your neck or a migraine or something like that. Can you go from hot to cold there, too?
Yes. Now, headache is a different story.
Oh.
Headache is because of the gut. You see, your acidity and all that kind of strain, the stress and all that one. That's not you're not being hurt on that one. That's a different story altogether.
Oh, okay.
Okay, you brought up there's I have a couple last questions now. Number one, you brought up water here in general, and now is drinking water with high levels of pH better for you or worse for you?
You actually don't need a high pH. Well, why do you want a regular water? You see, all these things, our body, when you were born and when you were born and all these years, when you, in the younger age, or did you have the pH thing water? All of a sudden, all these fancy waters and everything coming up on that one, you don't need just a regular water. You know, it's good enough. A warm water is good enough for. This is what I see. The same thing that today everything is organic. Go for the organic.
Okay.
Hell, 40, 50, 60 years ago, there was no organic shit anyway. Now, everything comes
there wasn't.
Organic. So, our body is so strong inside that it can digest everything. It's like a steel mill inside.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. So
okay.
It doesn't matter either way. Then the pH doesn't really truly benefit you, or it doesn't hurt you really.
Is it possible of drinking too much water and having your body reject it?
Well, you can drink. Well, how would you know that you're drinking? First of all, you cannot drink too much water because you will be full of anyway.
Yeah, I don't think.
There's no way that you can drink. Now you can drink beer, too much beer, but you cannot drink water.
Yeah, I could tell you some stories about that, but go ahead.
Well, see, I was told, this was probably about 10 years ago, that the reason I throw up.
Listen to this.
Yeah, the reason I throw up when I drink water is because my body already produces way too much water than what it should. So when I put water in my system, my body is automatically rejecting it.
How about that?
So I can't drink water.
Rejecting water? I'm lost here, my dear.
I was lost too. Essentially, what they're telling her, or what she's telling me anyway, they're saying that her body gets rid of water.
Produces way too much
water. Produces way too much water than the normal person. So hence, it takes a longer period of time for water to get out of your body? Is that what they're...
Something like that, because whenever I put
So she
in the
can't
water, my body rejects it instantly. Because too much water makes me sick.
Let me ask you this, Jenny. The excretion of water is through the sweat, through the urination.
Yeah.
You know, that's what it, and even the bowel movements, there's some water in there too. So there's several ways of water is being excreted, excreted outside, comes out of that one.
Right.
So I don't know, would there be retention of water more on that one? What could be retention of water? Where will the water be retention?
Okay. And then really quick, finally, now I'm not a big fan of ibuprofen for a few reasons, but what is in your mind, your analysis or whatever have you, what is the best way to get rid of inflammation throughout the body?
Well, first of all, the turmeric is another one. Turmeric is the pill that will help you out on that one.
Okay.
And then, you talk about ibuprofen. You and me must be related because I'm an ibuprofen guy anyway. I love ibuprofen. The only thing I take is ibuprofen. I don't take Tylenol, aspirin, Aleve, or any of those. So anytime that your immunity goes down or something, inflammation comes in, ibuprofen is the only answer to me. Now that is my body chemistry now. Some of them, but ibuprofen or Motrin is the only answer that works on me.
Wow.
Some people don't. Only on Tylenol. If I take Tylenol, I get the pimps and all that kind of. Doesn't work on me.
Well, you see, just to finish the ibuprofen thing there, it was a fact that I heard that there was some studies out there that it actually was found to cause damage to your heart and give you higher risks of heart attack and stroke and things of that nature. I don't know how true that is.
This is true because it damages the liver, because this excess, before you get information, what made it that one, what was the cause of that one, find the cause of it. Because you did something, you eat the wrong food, you maybe overdid something, that's where it comes in. You needed this NSAIDs, the ibuprofen and Motrin and aspirin and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Try to avoid that one. Unless we are, once a while, I take maybe once a month or so, something comes up and I don't feel good about it, and bingo, that's it. And that makes me like $1 million man. But yes, it has a terrible side effects on the SIDs, they call it.
Wow. Wow. Okay. Yeah.
No. Are you a Motrin? Are you an ibuprofen guy?
Like I said, I rarely touch the stuff. I would be your Tylenol man, if anything. And then of course sometimes, it's kind of funny because it's an ad said, but aspirin, low dose aspirin. Because, of course, they say that helps with the prevention of heart attacks and things like that as well. So I take that every once in a while.
It's a blood thinner. That's why
it's a blood thinner. Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay, so that's so I take that every once in a while. But Tylenol is mainly what I take. The Motrin I don't really go for.
Do you take often?
I'm sorry, what was that?
How often do you take your Tylenol?
The Tylenol, it's every couple of days. Like I said, I worked on the railroad for a period of time, and I'm not going to lie to you. I have some, major pains that are there, especially my sciatic nerve, my joints, especially my feet, and my back. There is just plenty of pain. So, I do take Tylenol quite a bit. I'm not going to lie about that.
Well, that is, I don't know about that because the Tylenol every 2 days or so, it's a long term, it takes a toll on you gradually because that will definitely, you have to figure out something not to take Tylenol or, avoid it once a month or once a week or something.
Okay.
Every other day, that is not right. That is not right.
I know it's bad. I know it's bad. But that pain gets so bad sometimes. Sometimes I don't know what else to do. Go ahead.
Daniel, if you have a pain, take a shower. Cold shower, hot shower. That pain will be gone.
Okay. By the way, I've written down everything that you've said, your advice, I'm going to follow it, and I will be in contact with you and tell you how this works out, because I am very curious about all this, especially eliminating the vitamins and the unnecessary medications and whatnot that you had made mention of. But we are now up against the final few minutes here, so we are going to have to bid each other adieu, my friend Jay. But I want to tell you, Jennifer has left the room. She would like to say that she loved having you on the show. She loves communicating with you, and she is going to continue to do so. I am intrigued as well. I also would like to talk to you outside of the show, but I would love to have you back on at one point to talk more about this type of stuff. I find these conversations quite intriguing, sir.
I'm glad it's all educational. Like the one thing that I liked about you when you say you have to be a good listener. That is one thing that we are lacking much. If you are a good listener, you can come ahead, because are we human beings?
Right, yeah.
I'm asking you, Daniel, are we human beings?
Are we human beings?
Yeah.
Well, I guess topically, sure, yeah, we're human. That's what they call us.
No.
What would we be? What would we be?
We are human doings.
Oh, gotcha. Human doing, not human being. I get you now. Not somebody that is just being a human.
We are doing the things that we want to. We are not being ourselves. That's what creates every issue and challenges.
So be a doer and not a don'ter. Is what you're essentially saying. I totally get you on that.
Don't remember every time you get angry, say, try to be a human being. You say, try to be a human being. He's not being himself, so he's doing the things that he wants to do that is in his mind.
Right.
So we are human.
Yeah, I get it. I totally get it. I got to tell Jennifer that that's a good one. But so I would love to have you back on. Of course, we'll keep in contact with you, and I hope you stay safe and everything goes well for you in the upcoming weeks.
Very well. Thank you. It was an honor and a pleasure to talk to you.
Oh,
you guys are super. And anytime when any help, anybody wants any kind of help, your kids or something, we always have an answer to that. In a joking way, I say that we have answers to everything except two, that we don't have a cure.
Right, exactly. And you know what? I will put up, your information on our Night Talks Radio Facebook page.
Okay.
If people want to get a hold of you in any sort of way or have
Yeah,
questions.
my number is, right now I'm using my wife's phone, but my number is the other one, 25, because
Okay.
that's what I was using my wife's phone. So this number is different than what I gave it to Jenny.
Okay, gotcha. Understood. We'll make sure that that change happens then. Okay. Well, you have yourself a wonderful evening, Jay. I appreciate it.
I appreciate that too. Thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Bye. God bless.
God bless. Okay. So, that was now, I would say, titled one thing, and people are saying one thing, but the show can actually go in 1,000 foes. Big